Decay episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs, and today we are back in the world to, well, do some stuff. And I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do today, in all honesty. I know I talked about the Ankylosaurus exhibit, and I think that is what we're gonna end up doing, but I kind of realized that I also didn't really, like I said we were gonna do it, but I also didn't have any plans for it. Like, Gallimimus exhibit, I had good plans for. I had good plans for the Triceratops. I don't really have many plans for Ankylosaurus, although I think in general it might not be too hard to make a nice exhibit for it, because what I'll probably end up doing is just simply taking ideas from Triceratops, from Gallimimus, from Wildlife Park, and from the Ice Age Park to kind of come up with a decent little exhibit design. I mean, heck, the building doesn't even, or the build doesn't even need to be all that large, in all honesty, because if we quickly run over to the current Ankylosaurus exhibit, let me quickly turn down my footstep sounds a bit because they're just a tad too loud in my opinion. Quickly run this direction. Come on, wow, I need to set up more paths over here. Well, we have got to do that soon. I guess I'll have them when we get back to the Brachiosaurus eventually. Anyway, as for the Ankylosaurs, we only have two. I mean, this exhibit is more than large enough for them. And in fact, I still really like this exhibit. I think this is a nice exhibit. The reason they're moving is actually nothing to do with the exhibit itself, but more just to do with the location. And the fact that, well, I have bigger plans for the Brachiosaurus and this area and the Jurassic rebuild, so the Ankylosaurs need to move if I want to kind of get more of my stuff going. So they're going to be moving over there. But yeah, I do still need to figure that out. I also think I might need to change up this fence design just slightly. I think it looks a bit too weak, I guess? I don't know. I'm kind of trying to figure out how to make it look a bit nicer, because I think we certainly can improve its look. I could just make it that fence style, like the old fence style we used to have. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's the plan for today. Hopefully we'll be able to get most of the Ankylosaurus exhibit built. Sorry if you can hear noise in the background. I can't really do anything about it. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get some stuff done today. Hopefully it'll look nice. I should probably lay some stuff out over here, just kind of like setting up some plans for future buildings that are gonna go in here. And maybe, just maybe, I'll finally get the roof over this area. We'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna get started on building and I'll bring you guys back when I have made a fair bit of progress. All right, everybody, here we are. So, I've been working on this for a little bit. Trying to like figure out how I want this build to be shaped. So again, like we only have two Ankylosaurs, and I'm not sure if I really want to add any more in. Maybe I'll add a third Ankylosaurus in. But the thing is, I've kind of realized I don't really want this exhibit to be massive. Because as we kind of head out more this direction, speaking of which, if I can quickly comment on this area, this is just a wonderful area for building probably the next couple of exhibits. I mean, we still need to do Therizinosaurus, and then after that, we've got stuff like the Parasaurolophus. Wait, do we have any other dinosaurs from the Cretaceous that I haven't added? Well, I mean, yes, I know we don't have Spinosaurus or T-Rex and all that stuff, but is Parasaurolophus like the only non-big carnivore I don't have? Is that really the case? That can't be right. No, there's no way that's right. Is that true? That's really weird if it's true. That's really weird. Anyway, so yeah, so I was kind of like, oh, well, we've probably got more stuff, and I kind of don't want this whole thing to just be a ton of big exhibits, right? Because we have the Triceratops over there, which is a massive exhibit. We've got the Gallimimus here, which I would say is also a pretty big exhibit. I mean, and I think it makes sense that this one's a really big exhibit because obviously they're meant to be like ostriches, so they need a lot of space to be able to run around in. The Ankylosaurs, however, they're not very, well, I mean, yes, they're big, but they're not Triceratops big. And we don't have many of them. So I feel like we don't need that big of an exhibit, because again, I'm not really planning on putting that many of them in the exhibit, so it's kind of like, I feel like we don't need to give it as much space. Anyway, regardless of that, that's why this fence has a kind of funky looking shape, in all honesty. Because as you can see, it kind of goes, there's a decent space between the walkway here and the fence here. And I did purposefully do that because I'm gonna put, well, a quote unquote planter. It probably won't be a planter like is in the Gallimimus exhibit, but I want to put a lot of trees here so that it kind of blocks off your viewpoint here. So that way the Ankylosaurus exhibit, you know, it's not just, oh, there's the Trike exhibit. Well, actually, you know, that's a good example. So the Trike exhibit, right? We, most of the viewing for the Gallimimus that is also shared on the pathway, or, okay, the part of the path that shares both Gallimimus and Triceratops, we have put trees down. So that way it kind of blocks off the view of this exhibit while you're looking into this one. You know, therefore kind of making it feel a bit less claustrophobic and like, oh my goodness, there's dinosaurs absolutely everywhere, right? So I kind of want to do the same thing with the Ankylosaurs and kind of give them a bit more of their own area by doing that. So we'll put more trees down, kind of block visibility a bit, hopefully, and do that. If you're wondering why the fence has ended there, the reason for that is because shelter. I'm not really sure where the shelter's gonna go yet, because I'm not even sure if the exhibit, I do think I kind of need to expand it a bit more, just make it a little bit larger. But at the same time, I also don't think I really do. It's kind of a weird mentality. Like I said, Gallimimus, I spent a lot of time like drawing and kind of planning it out. Oh, there's the lawnmower, I think. Oh gosh, that's very loud. But what was I saying? I was saying something, I think it might have been important. Oh, okay, yeah, so, but for this exhibit, I haven't really had the time to kind of make some drawings and sketch it out, so I don't really know exactly what to do here, but I think it's coming along nicely. I think it should be really cool when finished, and yeah, I'm gonna get back to work, try and finish off the fences, try and kind of get the whole shape of the exhibit started, and maybe even start the, what do you call it? The shelter. And yeah, I'll bring you guys back when I've made some more progress with that. All right, everybody, we're back. I just had to sleep real quick because it turned nighttime. I have made a lot of progress, actually, a surprising amount for myself, I think, to the point where and also I'm actually somewhat ahead of schedule, so I can work a bit more, and hopefully we can finish off the entire exhibit before the episode goes live, so that should be pretty awesome. Anyway, here is what I've got. We've got the whole fence system, we've got a nice little rock wall there, and most importantly, in my opinion, we have a full shelter. It doesn't have the food in it or any of like the necessity, like those things for taking care of the animals yet, but the building itself is completely done. It's finished. I don't need to add anything to it. It's good. And I'm really happy about that. I think I've done a good job. Anyway, we should hop in here real quick, just so I can actually show you guys what's going on, I guess. So if you guys remember in the last clip, this was like a really shallow hill that led up to this kind of mountain. I just quickly dug into it, made it look like, you know, oh, you know, it was a more shallow hill, but because of the dinosaur exhibit going here, we kind of dug it away just so that way it's a bit more of like a rock face so the Ankylosaurus can't get out. I'm gonna kill these pigs because I need food when the bread runs out, and also just, I don't want them in the exhibit. Wow, oh, it's because of fossils being fossils. I forgot about that with this. Anyway, you also notice that the fence is the same one we used for the Gallimimus, and you might be like, oh, Caden, why you use that fence? Why did you use this fence when, you know, the Triceratops one's a bit more high security? So, you know, that would make more sense for the Ankylosaurs. And to be honest, I don't know, for some reason in my head, this one just looked more like a Ankylosaurus fence, I guess? I'm not really sure. It just did. I guess because in my head, I see this kind of fencing for like rhino, like you could use this for a rhinoceros and maybe for like, I don't know, I guess? I'm not really sure why, to be honest, but yes, this is the fencing we've gone with. I'm gonna stop arguing for it. I don't really need to. Anyway, here is the interior of our shelter. So we got some nice lighting in here. We got a couple of windows to let some natural light in. It's incredibly similar to, like, the block choice is basically the Triceratops one. I just made it smaller, a bit more compact. Kind of looks a bit like a bunker in all honesty, but I like it. We got our entrance into the actual build, we got the entrance to the thing, we got the entrance to the exhibit, we got lots of entrances everywhere, which means it's really easy to get in and out, which is lovely for me because I need to be able to like, that is the number one thing. Actually, no, I can't even understate this, guys. Just, or I can't even overstate how much I want to do this, but like I need to make staff paths a thing in this park. I really do. We've got a couple of them around the zoo. Where are they? There's a couple in the Ice Age area. There's a couple, and I think there's like there's one or two in the Jurassic section. The Compies have their own staff path. I think the Stegos might as well. I don't really remember if they do. The Dilos technically have a staff path. I don't think I'm gonna keep that one, but anyway, that's the thing. I'd love these two now have staff path connection points, but I really want to do the staff pathing because I feel like that's gonna add a whole lot more realism to the park. In fact, I kind of want to do, since this one's so much lower than the pathway, right? Well, I guess this one is like up here, but I had kind of wanted to do like a tunnel, so like it comes up to the path and then it goes under, and then maybe there's like a staircase that comes up about here, and then that leads here and that leads there as well, and I thought that would look super cool. I don't know if that's gonna end up happening, we'll see. It may just be that there'll be a staircase coming up here or up there or something. But yeah, I really like the idea of doing the staff paths, because I think that, oh come on, Mr. Triceratops, or Mrs. Triceratops, I think that's a female. Of course, they're already getting stuck in the ground again. Ah, well, I'll fix that later. But yeah, I really like the idea of the staff pathing because I think it's gonna make it easier for me personally to get in and out of the exhibits, which is really important. And yeah, again, like it just adds that little bit of extra realism, and I think that's gonna be really cool. Anyway, like I said, I have a bit of extra time I can work on this exhibit, so what I'm gonna do is bring in the spruce trays to here, because I think spruce is gonna end up being the tree choice for this area, the Cretaceous area. I don't know why, it may not feel particularly Cretaceous. At the end of the day, I'm not technically trying to recreate prehistoric biomes or anything like that, or prehistoric environments with this zoo. In all honesty, I'm just picking whatever I think looks cool, and I really like the look of the spruce trees, so they're gonna be going in here. I was trying to debate about planters and if that's the only place the trees are gonna go in this exhibit, like if I have to build a planter for all the trees. And I'm not sure with this one, because that works in the Triceratops exhibit because that's really big, so there's lots of space for that. And in the Gallimimus it works really well because there's lots of long stretches of pathway connected to the build. For the Ankylosaurs, however, there isn't really that. We don't really have many areas like that. I mean, we can probably throw, if we're gonna do like a fence side one, we'll probably throw a planter in, like a small one, like right here, just throw like 2 or 3 trees in. We can throw trees up along there. There'll obviously be a lot of trees around here, but there isn't just tons of space where I feel like I would put a planter, so I'm not sure we'll do that if I want to throw extra trees in. I may just throw trees in if I feel like it. We'll kind of see. Because I don't technically have to throw planters everywhere since, well, most of the park doesn't even have them, so whether or not I have them is kind of up to me, I guess. Anyway, I think I'm rambling on too long. I am going to go and start decorating the interior. I'll bring the Ankylosaurs in, and then I'll bring you guys back, and yeah, we can look at the finished product and enjoy it. So yeah, also I don't think I'm gonna get to this, because I'd rather do interior decorating for the exhibit, or exhibit decorations, than work on this dome I keep wanting to build. I've got to do it eventually. Anyway, I'm gonna get started on this stuff, and I'll bring you guys back when the exhibit is finished. All right, everybody, we're back, and oh, I thought you were stuck in the ground. Oh, phew, it's not. Okay, I have the Ankylosaurs in, and we have some trees in. I forgot to bone meal that. Well, whatever. I didn't bone meal those saplings either. Good job, Caden. So, I may have gotten sidetracked and had to go do some stuff actually between the last clip and this one, which meant I didn't get as much done as I would have liked to do, but hey, it's done. The exhibit's pretty much finished. I did add in 3 planters actually. We have one here, one there, and one over there, and I kind of couldn't decide on the center of the exhibit if I was going to add in another one or not, and in fact, I'm still not sure. On one hand, I think it would be nice to have a few more trees in the middle, but I also don't know if I can really justify fitting a plant. Wait. Okay, there's the other Ankylosaur. I thought it had disappeared under the ground. I was gonna be like, how? How did you do that already? But yeah, I can't really figure that out. I did throw some water in. I need to like detail the around bits of it, you know, adding in the gravel, coarse dirt, and whatnot. But overall, the exhibit's finished, and I really love it. I think it's cool. I think this has definitely set a standard for what I want now with these exhibits. A good mixture of fences, rock walls, elevated pathways, and yeah, I don't know. I just think it's really coming together well. I also like, if we walk around here real quick, there is a bit of a gap here, but even, oh, with that planter now, that works even better. As the pathway will continue around here, I've planted more spruce trees, so that really just blocks off this as a real viewpoint into the Ankylosaurus exhibit. However, it also does kind of block off the Gallimimus, but I kind of like that as well. It kind of means we have this like sweet spot here for the galleys, right here, which then if you turn around and walk this direction, turns into the Ankylosaurs. If you walk around here, more Gallimimus, but no dinosaur exhibits over here. Then you come over here and it's Triceratops, but then the Gallimimus gets blocked off, and oh yeah, I forgot you're still stuck there. Anyway, what I'm saying is I just really think this is working super duper well, and I'm a big fan of it. I think it looks really, really, really cool, and I'm very excited to just keep going with this. I'm having tons of fun designing these new exhibits, and I think they're looking really awesome. Also, yes, I do think there's enough space to add in a third Ankylosaurus. I don't have time today to hatch one, but maybe next episode or the episode after we can get another Ankylosaurus into the park, and I think that would be very, very cool. But yeah, I think that's all I've really got for today, so thank you all for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think of the exhibit and what things we could add to it. Let me know what exhibits you want to see next. I'm thinking we'll do Therizinosaurus next, or we could do Pachycephalosaurus, or we could start going back to some of the Jurassic stuff. Let me know what you guys think. Anyway, thank you again for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed, and until next time, guys, see ya.